So, computer surveillance is not to be confused with censorship. So, surveillance and censorship are not the same thing. So, remember, censorship is restricting access to what you can view, surveillance is monitoring what you actually access. So, there's different examples of surveillance. Surveillance, there's things called packet sniffers, which, as you do networking, you'll realize that data traveling around the network or over the internet is in these little things called packets. And monitoring packet sniffers is essentially monitoring these packets. So having a quick look at these packets to see what type of data is in them, where they're coming from, where they're going to, that sort of thing. You've then got things like keyword monitoring. So, for example, in schools, we monitor it and it will flag up if certain keywords have been typed by children when they're on the internet. So if you're searching for certain things, it will flash up to us being in the school. Phrase monitoring. They'll focus on certain phrases, maybe well known for things like terrorism and things like that. Government might be, if certain phrases are typed on the internet and the government might track it or find it in a packet, it will get highlighted so that they can double check and check there's nothing suspect going on. And some internet service providers like Sky and BT and things actually keep records of user traffic. So if anybody needed to go back through and have a look at what they've been on, they can do. Not all ISPs do that, but quite a lot do. So some of the above are used by agencies to monitor for illegal activities like terrorism and things like that. But just make sure you're aware, if you hear the term surveillance and censorship, they are not the same thing. So surveillance, you can argue things like the security cameras are a computer system, say, all over London. And if you think of things like ANPR, automatic number plate recognition, using that network of surveillance cameras, they can quickly find the location of cars if they're travelling around London, because they've got a log of all the number plates as they pass different cameras. So you can very quickly type a number plate in and find out which was the camera it's last gone past, and you can narrow down where a car might be, which, if you imagine for like law enforcement and things like that, that is an incredibly useful example of surveillance.